AI is going to be the reason technologies converge. We're seeing, I'll use the autonomous taxi platform opportunity. We think it's going to be the biggest one out there, the biggest, and we believe that Tesla is the biggest AI project in the world because of its proprietary data, its domain expertise, its AI expertise, its global distribution, and most importantly, its proprietary data. It has 5 million robots roaming around the world. I have 2 of them, a Model 3 and a Model Y, sending back data every day to Tesla, educating its AI models on the roads around the world. No one else has the amount of data that Tesla has on this. And it's not so much the amount of data, it is the corner cases, the exceptions. Why do cars disengage? Why does the driver take the wheel and move off of full self-driving? That's really important information as Tesla learns the roads around the world.
That's a very fascinating take on Tesla. If we back up to the more traditional approach, it seems like the electric vehicle space is getting rather crowded. And I wonder if you feel that Tesla is a little bit too richly evaluated, or if you still see potential in this name.
We think it is one of the most undervalued stocks in the world, I'll say. And I know that sounds crazy, but something has happened in the last week, in the last few weeks, that has increased our conviction. GM is pulling away from autonomous. It announced that it's going to really abandon its efforts there and buy back shares and increase its dividend. It is moving away from the biggest opportunity we are going to see during the next decade. If we are right, and we move into an autonomous travel world, autonomous mobility, we think the robo-taxi opportunity alone, so that doesn't include trucks or drones at all, the robo-taxi opportunity, we believe, will result in $8 to $10 trillion in revenues globally, including China, during the next 5 to 10 years. Now, I know a lot of people are dismissing autonomous, but we are not. And it comes back down to who has the most data, the highest number of corner cases to perfect a robo-taxi system. Of that $8 to $10 trillion, we think the platform providers, and we think Tesla will be one of the platform providers, will have an opportunity at $4 to $5 trillion. They'll take half of that market. And what I think many people who are focused on autos don't appreciate is this taxi platform opportunity has a SaaS-like margin associated with it. So gross margins in the electric vehicle market, depending on the company, are in the 10 to 30% range. In the SaaS world, so software as a service world, the gross margin structure is closer to the 80% plus range. And we think that as competition is moving away from this opportunity, GM and Waymo Waymo's owned by Alphabet, the 2 most advanced autonomous projects besides Tesla in the United States. And one is moving out, and Waymo is moving very, very slowly, probably because it is seeing how the regulators are treating cruise automation. They forced Cruise to shut down effectively their autonomous system in California because of an accident.
I want to mention Tesla. I don't know if you read about it, but in Sweden there's a big fight between unions and Tesla. If you have any thoughts on that, that'd be very welcome. But it's also a clash between innovation and a very novel way of doing things and old models and ways. So perhaps on a more philosophical angle, this is a classical disturbance for a very innovative companies. I want to hear your thoughts on those issues.
Yes, and Sweden isn't the only place that Tesla is fighting the union movement. It feels that it needs to move quickly, move fast, and it's a technology company. It's technology first, not autos first. So it feels that being classified as an auto company is going to harm its progress. And so it had in Germany, I believe, maybe one small part of the Tesla Gigafactory is unionized. I'm not sure if that even went through, but so I think it has acquiesced in very special circumstances that might be very auto-centric. But technology is not unionized in the United States. And technology needs the agility, the flexibility to move fast and try and figure out how to do things differently, to pivot. Pivot is a big word when it comes to startups and innovation. And most unionized industries are not pivoting. They don't pivot. They're more mature industries, actually.
Does this reflect the old world and the US? I want to hear your view on innovation in Europe. You're clearly overweighted in American stocks, and I would guess that you find more innovation in the US. Are we lagging here in the old world? What should we do better?
Well, there are a couple of reasons that innovation doesn't take root. Maybe it takes root in Europe, but you'll often see that companies will move their primary emphasis regionally, often to the US. Part of it is regulatory, and in Europe, I know that the European Union is trying to harmonize regulations, but there are still different cultures, different countries, different languages. It's complicated, and so I think that companies would prefer a more streamlined system. That's part of it. I also think that the VC culture in the United States, really, I think the US led the movement, and now it is spreading around the world. And I think one reason that innovation will become an important part of every region in the world is because technology costs are collapsing. So artificial intelligence costs, training costs are dropping 70% per year. And just to give you a sense of the drama here, if ChatGPT if that model had been developed in 2015, it would have cost about $500 million to develop. Instead, it was developed 5 years later, in 2020, and it cost $4.5 million, not 500 million, $4.5 million. And today that model probably would cost $200,000. So the costs are declining so rapidly that we think we're all going to become prompt engineers. Natural language processing is language. We all speak it. And so we will become prompt engineers, and we will use platforms like Replit, which does 80% of a developer's programming with AI just automatically. So I think that innovators are going to be enabled by low-cost solutions around the world, and we're pretty excited about that. And we've actually just brought on board a person with AI expertise who is also a founder of a company that used AI and became a unicorn. because we want to use AI to find more companies on a heat map of innovation that will go global over time. So we're now focusing more and more on ideas as they evolve around the world.